Welcome to Coffee Time. In this episode, we're going to talk about water. Now, our house uses well water, and our well water is actually quite hard. That means it contains a fairly high concentration of carbonate compounds, and these will, over time, precipitate out inside the espresso machine, in particular in the boiler and on sensitive electronic sensors inside the boiler and inside the machine. So people who use hard water have to go through a periodic descaling process to remove that scale. But the chemicals used in the descaling process can actually damage the machine, so there's a risk every time you do it. When we moved into this house, we installed a water softener, a UV sanitizer, and a whole house filter to clean up our tap water. That means we have softened water, so we won't have any precipitate inside the machine. The only downside is that the water softener removes desirable minerals like calcium and magnesium from the water. So the answer is simply to add those things back, but not as carbonates. People call this making third wave water. It not only improves the taste, it's good for you. Think of Gatorade or a sports drink, but without the sugar. They contain minerals and electrolytes that are important to hydrate your body, but they don't contain bad minerals like arsenic, cadmium, or lead. These soluble calcium and magnesium compounds also slightly increase the total dissolved solids and electrical conductivity of the water, and that's actually good for the sensors inside the espresso machine. They use a differential conductivity measurement to estimate the water level inside the boiler and to determine when water needs to be pumped into the boiler from the reservoir. If you were to use only distilled water or reverse osmosis water in an espresso machine, that actually doesn't have enough electrical conductivity and the machine wouldn't work right. We have softened water, which has that sodium chloride in it, so we wouldn't have that problem. So-called third wave water then tastes better, it's better for you, and it's better for the machine. Now, Noah, if you're really busy, you can just use the tap water. It won't do any damage, it won't form any scale in the machine. It just might not taste quite so good. Let's go see how to make it. So these are the things you need to make some third wave water. This blue water bottle is food quality magnesium sulfate and calcium citrate. And in the drawer underneath the espresso machine, we keep a little scale. The ideal concentration of calcium is about 50 to 60 parts per million, and the ideal concentration of magnesium is 80 to 90 parts per million. So to calculate how much to add, you have to get the molecular weight of calcium citrate and magnesium sulfate. It's a little more complicated than that, because if you open the magnesium sulfate, you'll see these beautiful crystals tell you that the magnesium sulfate is actually hydrated. So this is magnesium sulfate heptahydrate, which means there's seven water molecules per magnesium sulfate. And so you just have to include that when you add up the molecular weight. But Noah, you don't have to do any of that, because I've got the answer right here. Per half gallon of water, we need to add 1.125 grams of magnesium sulfate heptahydrate. And for the calcium citrate, we have to add 0.15 grams. So that's the answer. So all we have to do is weigh it. We're going to put our aluminum cup on. We're going to tar it. 1/8 of a teaspoon. That's 0.6 grams. So we need roughly 2 of these. There we go. So now we're going to take our calcium citrate. This is not hydrated, it's anhydrous. That's close enough, actually. You don't have to be that exact, but it's pretty good. Done and done. Let's give it a shake. And we just put this bottle back behind the machine, so when we need to add some third wave water, we have it handy. See you guys at the next episode.